In this video, I'm going to be talking about simplifying radicals. This is probably going to be one of a mini series of videos that I'm going to do about radicals, probably 2 or 3. And so in this video, I'm going to be explaining basically what radicals are and how to simplify them. So in mathematics, a radical is denoted by this sign. And it's quite common in mathematics, especially in higher algebra and other areas which I'm not quite sure of yet, which I'm not really learning. And so anyway, this is the radical sign, and it basically what it denotes is the root of something, the square root of something. Like it's basically splitting the number up. The root of a number is what the root of a number times itself yields that number, basically. That's the best way I can explain it. It's not very good, but I guess it'll do. So let's start by doing root 9, easy ones. Root 9 equals 3, because 3 times 3 equals 9. And so let's try root 16. Root 16 equals 4 times 4.
It's 2230.
16 equals 4 times 4, which equals, and so this equals 4. And so the square root of something is basically simplifying something into what times itself yields that number. Yeah. And so then it gets slightly more complicated. Let's say you have something like root 96 as your answer when you're solving the question, which I'll explain how to solve radical questions later. But let's say you got this, and it says express your answer in simplest radical form. This would actually, surprisingly, it would not be the simplest radical form. So we could write this as the simplest radical form is when it has something here and something here inside, unless the number has no factors that are squares. I'll explain that. So root of 96, to simplify a radical, we have to find the largest square factor of that number. So let's check. 1 works because everything's divisible by 1. Then 4 actually works. Then a 9 does not work. 16 does not work. Oh wait, does it work? I think it works, yeah. 16 works. So we can write 16 times 6. And so root 16 times 6 equals. So what we do in this step, after we've written it out as the product of two factors, one of them is square, the other is not, you basically take the square number outside of the radical, but while doing so, you square root it. And so we did root 16 earlier, and root 16 equals 4. That means this is the easiest way. And so the answer is 4 root 6. And that would be simplest radical form. So if it said express root 96 in simplest radical form, 4 root 6 would be the correct answer. This video was purposely very short because I'm going to continue upon it in later episodes. But I think we can do one more example and then the video is going to be pretty much done. I don't really have anything more to explain. If you do not get the first one, then let's try another one. Root of, let's say, 80. So we have root 80. So it is, no, let's try something else because it's divisible by 16 as well. And so it's not divisible by 16. Let's try actually root 800. You will find that 16 is indeed a factor of 800, I believe, but it will not be the largest square factor. That will actually belong to 400. So we can write this as 400 times 2. And then again, we bring the 400 outside of the radical, and then square rooting it in the process. And if you don't have a square root of 400, it's 20. And so the answer is that root 800 equals 20 root 2. And I guess that's all for this video. I'm going to continue upon this in a later video, and well, that's all.